Sure, Nicole fumbled, grateful as the bartender interrupted to hand her a glass of wine identical to the one the woman beside her held. I'm an expat, the blonde said, tossing an amused glance over her shoulder at Nicole. Born and raised in London. Right. Nicole lifted the glass and took a sip. The wine was rich, spicy but fruity. It tasted expensive. And exotic. A lot like the woman next to her. It's good. Glad you think so, she said. Nicole couldn't figure why the blonde was still talking to her, why she'd basically turned her back to her date when Nicole sat down. But then again, maybe he wasn't her date at all, because he was sitting there now, looking annoyed but also interested, his gaze flicking between the blonde and Nicole. Maybe he was just a random guy hitting on a single woman in a bar, and that woman was now giving him the cold shoulder. Nicole found her spirits buoyed at the good fortune to have sat next to another single woman, for casual conversation purposes anyway, not because she was ridiculously attracted to her. I'm Nicole, she said. Fiona, the blonde replied. Are you here alone, Nicole? She nodded. You? Unfortunately, yes. Fiona dropped her gaze to her wine glass, and Nicole couldn't help admiring the swell of her breasts beneath the form-fitting bodice of her dress. Every inch of her was foreign and beautiful, dangerous for a woman committed to a week of solo soul-searching. I was supposed to meet someone on the boat. A man. Oh. Nicole went for casual and hoped she succeeded. It was a good thing if Fiona was straight. It meant Nicole could sit and chat with her harmlessly. Safe. He stood me up, Fiona continued, a sharp bite to her tone. The bastard. Aren't they all? Nicole mumbled, reaching for her wine. Indeed, Fiona agreed. I thought this one was an exception, at least good for a week of sex on the high seas. The man on the other side of her choked on his drink, and Fiona cast a disapproving glance in his direction at his blatant eavesdropping. Nicole swallowed her laugh with another sip of the luxuriously rich wine Fiona had recommended. So much better than the house red she would have gotten otherwise. It's why I generally prefer women to men, Fiona said, a bit louder, and her would-be paramour's cheeks darkened before he turned away. It was Nicole's turn to choke on her drink. She coughed and spluttered as wine burned its way down her esophagus, while Fiona gave her a knowing look that said she'd read her interest and... God, was it possible she returned the feeling? So that's my sad story, Fiona said, still holding Nicole in her intense stare. Why are you all alone on this lovely romantic boat? It's my post-divorce splurge for myself, Nicole said, clearing her throat and wishing she had a cup of water to cool the burning sensation from inhaling her wine. I came here to rediscover my sense of adventure, or find myself, something like that. Fiona's eyes crinkled in a warm smile. I must say I prefer your story to mine. Not the divorce, but making your own adventure. I like that. Thanks. Her cheeks were burning. They were probably as red as Fiona's dress. She really needed to get a grip. Her fingers tightened around the stem of her wine glass. I'd always wanted to visit the Mediterranean. My family's from Italy originally, and I'd always wanted to take a cruise, so here I am. Ballsy of you, Fiona said, her gaze sliding to the simple gray knit dress that Nicole wore. She crossed her legs involuntarily. Do you know this area pretty well, then? I do. It's lovely, Fiona said, tossing her hair over her shoulder as she returned her attention to the wine glass in front of her, leaving Nicole